Hello pipe community, I am Leo and the channel is Lutrasaurus. A couple of videos back I had some Dr. Grabows and they needed a lot of work. A lot of work. And I'm happy to show you them again. Put a little bit of work into them. That one was really rough. A lot of damage around the lip of the pipe, and now it looks like this. I flattened out the surface, sanded it flat. I couldn't get rid of all the damage, but I'm okay with that. That's not been my philosophy anyway. If you've watched my videos, you can see there was a lot of damage still down at the bottom. But I stripped all that gunk, cleaned it with some Murphy's oil soap, got off the gunk. I don't know if you can still see, it's still got a crack. They glued it together. You can see a crack right there in the stem. You can see I polished it up. It's looking a whole lot better. The oxidized aluminum is gone. Yeah, it's smokable, which we're going to do a little bit later. But let's show you the other pipes. So that was the Omega, the Dr. Grabow Omega. This is the Dr. Grabow Royal Duke. Now this one had a lot of varnish damaged, but the basic stummel, the briar was good. It did have scorch marks and a lot of buildup on the lip. I sanded it down. Though you can still see some of the scorch marks. I'm okay with that. I did restain this surface right here, but the rest is the original. But once you washed it, sanded, I lightly sanded it to get off the varnish, but didn't affect the stain really. So then I polished it and a little bit of wax. All of them have carnauba wax on them now. And then the third in that set was this little Duke. And this one had a lot of scorch and varnish damage. I'm not really sure why there was the damage down here, unless it has a burnout that I haven't seen. We'll find out, because I'm eventually going to smoke all these. Let's see. I stripped this down again, and I did stain it, or leather dye, and I wanted it a little light because I liked the contrast with the grain, with the rustication. It almost looks like a flame, like fire, so I always prefer to have the grain showing. I do have a few pipes that aren't like that. They stand well, obviously, but you see the rustication you get, so you get texture. It's got something interesting. And the only pipe that I have that really has a dark stain to it that I like is this Rossi Nati 8320. I really am not doing it justice. You can see the grain. It's a dark brown, but my preference usually is to show the grain as much as possible. And as a bonus, I have a fourth Grabow now. It was in a different lot that I won. Now, this one was in a lot better shape, but it did have a very, to me, cheap varnish and a lacquer that was almost a very deep red that was hiding the grain, and I didn't really like that, so I stripped that down and put in more of a medium brown. It still has nice contrast, and I'm very happy. So I have two Omegas now. One rusticated and one, well, custom rusticated. So yeah, the buffer worked great, and it's time to smoke this. So let's go old school. It was good enough for my K Woody, and I wouldn't want to not have Dr. Grabow get as good of a quality as the K Woody, so we're gonna go velvet. Already got some sitting out. It's been sitting out a little bit. Hopefully it'll be nice and ready for a smoke. Let's light it up. Well, I don't see any smoke coming out of the crack line. That's good. Yep. So here we go. Back in service. The doctor is in the house, as you could say. I don't mind a little rustication. If I was doing these for resale, obviously I would be much more concerned about getting it as close to new as possible, unless I had already talked to the person and they understood my philosophy on pipes. Still working on smoke rings. I can do smoke rings sometimes. Too self-conscious to try doing it on camera. So they came out pretty good. Look at that. Nice. So thank you for sharing with me. There's always going to be more projects. There's always going to be more projects. All right. I think that's it. You all have a great day or good night, whichever the case may be.